You can see that from here to here is 7/8 all the way around. Okay, and if you subtract 5/8 from it, that will leave 2/8. Buenos dias. Today is April 1st, Wednesday at 11:18 a.m. And I have time to do a little bit of sewing this morning. I wanted to come in and give you an update on where I am with Simplicity 9239. I am doing view B, okay? And I added a few things to it. I added the bottom pockets. I don't remember the last time I sewed on this. I worked on this, but I will be able to pop up a date. However, I did get an opportunity to work on it last night a little bit, which was Tuesday, right? Yeah. So what I did last night was you know what? I need more room here. Hang on one second. Get her out the way, okay? Because both of us can't fit over here. One of us is too big. And I think it's her. All right, give me some more room to work with here. So last night what I did was I slip stitched the facing here, right here. I had already top stitched this front all the way down. Remember I showed you in the video, I was so proud of myself. And then I realized, hold up, you gotta hem it first. So I had to pick this apart. You can see where it's still open. And then put the hem in. There's a 2-inch hem that's allowed. And I did a 2-inch hem. Initially I thought, you know what, maybe I wanted a little longer. But I'm like, no, I like it. It's not cropped. But it's right at my hip, right at the top of my hip, and I just love it. So I picked both of these out, right? I went ahead and put the bias tape on the bottom because I just want it to look nice, you know, on the inside. I don't particularly care for my stitching right here, but what you gonna do, right? Line it? No. So I have to do that. So I'm gonna close the fronts up, finish my top stitching, hem it, put the buttonholes on, and the buttons, and we'll be done. I love this jacket. Oh my goodness. Don't you? Now this is a little long and a little big, right? But I like it. I'm okay with it. So I think by the time I close this up, it'll have a little bit more, I'll be able to keep it at bay a little bit more. At least I'm hoping so. I'll work it out. It calls for 5 buttons. View B calls for 5 buttons, and I don't know about that last button. I'm gonna mark that last button, but when I you know, tested it against the jacket, when I put the buttonhole guide, there you go, Terry. When I put the buttonhole guide, I don't normally use these, but I'm like, why not? Like, it's made for this jacket, so I might as well. So I used it on the dress that I made, the linen dress for the BHM contest, and I'm like, I'm gonna start using these pattern guides. I mean, these button guides. So anyway, when I put it up against this, I think the buttonholes go on the right, yeah. When I put it up against here like this, there was only about this much space at the bottom between the end of the button and the hem. And I'm like, I don't know. So I'm going to mark the buttonhole and then see if I actually need that button that low. So the goal is to get done with this today because tomorrow I meet my group. So remember, I had mentioned in another video that I'm having a collaboration with 2 other ladies, 2 other sewing friends. And tomorrow is the day that we meet, and I'm a little bit behind. So my goal is to get this done today and work on the collaboration piece tomorrow. And if I can, I would style this tomorrow too. Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. I mean, that's a little ambitious, but at least I wanted to get my collaboration piece ready. So that is it. Progress is coming along. I hope that all is well with you. Hopefully I'll be able to come back. Hopefully. I'm always hopeful. I use that word a lot. I noticed in my last video, I'm like, hopefully, but I'm hopeful. So hopefully I will be able to come back on and show you the final product. I'm not going to show you the buttons now. It's going to be a surprise. So until next time, take care. Sometimes when I put the button in the back of the buttonhole maker, buttonhole foot, then it ends up being too long. Okay, so this is the size button that I want. This is the size button that I prefer here. This is the original button, right? So this was the original. When I put the button in the back of the buttonhole foot, this was it. That seems to be way too big, doesn't it? So these are all my tests here. And I think this one is better. I just don't care for buttonholes that are too big, right? And who would? Like, I don't think anybody would want buttonholes that are too big. So, yeah. I mean, that's perfect. Right? And you have just a small amount of the buttonhole showing on either side. Let's try that again. Yeah, I think that's perfect. I think this one would have been way too big. I did this one. I could go with this size too. It's too big. Actually, this size could be this size. I don't know. I've done like a lot of them. Of course, this one was too small. So yeah, I did not get to put the buttons on last night. So what I got done last night was I completed the hem. So I've got my buttonholes marked. Today I'll do the buttonholes and then I'll try to start my collaboration project. Okay, so I've gotten 3 buttonholes on the jacket already, but this top buttonhole, there's some thickness here. And I'm gonna have to go the opposite way. And I don't know why, like, did I trim that? IDK. But anyway, everything is closed up now. I could have forgotten to trim it, I don't know. So I'm gonna have to go this way, believe it or not. But it's okay because my buttonhole is marked just perfectly. Let's just pray. It was barely moving. I may have to adjust the foot pressure. You know what I mean? Right now it's on 3, but if I wanted it to press down more, I could do that. So I'm gonna see what happens right here, right now, right here and now. I'm doing this on camera, make sure that's down. Yeah, it's not moving. Oh wait, it says that's not down, but it is down. But it can't tell it's down because, see, it's too thick, right? So it's not moving at all. I wonder if I'm gonna have to open that up. Sewing for real, in real life and in real time. So what I'm gonna do, I think, is I'm gonna do the cuffs. So I'm going to hold off on this top button and I'm going to do the cuffs. So I'm gonna come back to this one last, right? You feel me? So I have 3 beautiful buttonholes on here. I need to get to that one, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the cuffs now and then I'll come back to, I gotta think about that. Any thoughts? Here's my cuff here, right? And this is the end of the cuff. And this little pentagon, 5-sided polygon right here. And then the button would go in the center. So you can't do it like this and mark it, because if I put my markings here, it's not going to account for the 5/8 inch seam allowance. That's the hardest thing for me to say, because it doesn't account for the 5/8 inch seam allowance. So you can see my little marking here. What I did was, this is after the fact. Okay, it marked this before, but if you're like me and you miss it or you just don't do it, you can see that from here to here is 7/8 all the way around. Okay, so all I do then in this case, because you know, you got to have a way to mark after the fact if you didn't do it. You can either go back and pull the pattern out and mark that way, or you can just do what you know to do. So I have to take this 7/8 right here and subtract 5/8 from it, which is the seam allowance. So that leaves me 2/8. Okay, the only other thing I need to know is how long is this side right here, and it's 2 inches. All right, so there's my 2 inches. So now I'm just gonna go 2/8, 2/8, 2/8. Here, I may want to just mark it because it's going to be hard for me to measure because this is already stitched together here. And that's it. So now I can just stitch. And there we have it. So this would be the markings that I didn't have that I should have had. Really, marking makes all the difference in the world. I used to think that if you didn't mark, you were advanced. No, it's not smart. It's not very smart. So now I'm going to do the buttonhole. So you can see that the buttonhole starts 3/4 of an inch from the actual tip of this top stitching here. So that's what I'm going to measure next. Perfect buttonhole, yo. The top button situation. The only way that I'm going to feel good about this is to, I don't know if I didn't trim this enough, or I don't know, because right here, I should be okay, but there's something that's stopping me here. So I'm just going to take this a loose right here, just enough to get to this piece under here. And see if I can trim some more away, because I really need for this button to be the way I want it to be. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, look at that. I can trim all of this up. So let me see something here. Sheesh, what was I doing? Not paying attention, obviously. Oh, that might help. I'm going to trim this up a little bit more. I don't want to do all this on camera. And then I'm going to come in and put that buttonhole in, and that'll be it. That'll be it. That'll be it. I can still feel a little tension there. I'm going to have to work it down myself. So let's see how we do here. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to change my needle to a larger size. So give me a second here. I am going to go with a 90, maybe. Let me see what a 90 is doing. See if that rectifies the situation. Alrighty, let me see if I have anything to pick out here. Oh, this is coming right out. All right. Oh, that was going to be perfect too. All right, so let's try this again. I've got a larger needle in here. That's a great indication that your needle is the wrong size. And, I mean, it could be other things too, but I'm almost sure that's what it is in this case. Let's try it again and say a little prayer. Hey, that never hurts, does it? I feel good about this. No, it's not working. Okay. I have to do something different. Okay, so I got it on, but I don't love it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna decide, see, I couldn't pick all that out, and then this here. Oh my goodness, but you know, I'm gonna decide whether I wanna pick that out or not, or whether I'm just gonna leave it. Chances are I'm just gonna leave it, but you never know. So let's see.